Hello, Fujifilm colorist here, and today we're going to have a look at a light meter. This is the Leningrad 8. It was made in the 1980s by the USSR during the Soviet era. This is a selenium cell. It doesn't require batteries. So what happens is the light hits the meter and generates a current which powers the needle. So that's what I like about it. It doesn't take batteries. But why would you need to use a light meter? Because most modern cameras now have a built-in light meter, and I'm going to go over some of the reasons why I still use a light meter. Right, here we go. This is an old device from the 1980s, and it comes in a case. I found it on the charity shop, and you can find these in the boot sale in the thrift store. They're cheap. I think I paid £3 for this one, and it measures the light and gives you exposure readings, recommended shutter speeds, and aperture settings. So it's a quite handy feature. Imagine if cameras without light meters, this will be an invaluable tool. If your light meter broke, this is a handy backup. If you're not sure of the light readings, I would point this at the subject and get a reading. And there's multiple uses. I guess for me, it would be the fact that with a film camera such as the Nikon F301, now it does have a built-in light meter, but I'm constantly putting that to my eye, taking the meter reading, and then adjusting the shutter speed, adjusting the aperture, and then half pressing and looking at the meter reading again. So I'm probably using about 20 to 30 seconds when I'm shooting and making a shot, and because I don't want to waste film, and so I take my time on it. And this light meter is fairly handy because I can point at the subject before I even raise the camera to my eye. So one situation where this might come in handy is when you're doing street photography. Now, you don't want to be drawing attention to yourself by constantly pointing the camera at the subject, realizing it's too dark or too bright, and then you're making adjustments and pointing again. So what you want to do is discreetly point the device roughly in the direction of your subject if it's reflecting light, because the other option is incident light. So it does come with a diffuser or dome, so you can attach it to the light meter. So what effectively that does is it's measuring the incident light. So for example, if this is my subject, I've got Space Molly here with at the camera, and you're not sure of the lighting situation, so you take out your light meter. Now there's two ways you can do this. You can put the dome on and treat it as incident light and stand with Space Molly or where the subject is and point it towards the camera and get your light reading this way. The other method is to remove the dome, and now you're taking a reflectance of the subject. So you're pointing these cells to the subject. You stand with the camera, you're pointing to the subject, and then you're taking a reading. let's go over some of the numbers, because this can be quite daunting for someone who's never used a light meter before. And so you got some readings here, the DIN and the ASA. Obviously we're all using ISO now, but before ISO was an international recognized global standard, you had ASA, the American Standard Association, or you had the DIN, the DIN, which is more popular in Germany and the rest of Europe. They are equivalent, so you got 21 DIN is equivalent to the ASA, which is the ISO now. So if you're shooting film like I do with the ISO 200, for example, I will turn the dial. There's a notch here, so I'm using that dial to select 200. Before you start, I would have there's two settings in here. There's a sensitivity setting on the right and the left as well. Have them both in up position, because that will give you the scale at 1 to 5 to begin with. And you can see quickly now that the needle is pointing above the limit and it's not going any higher. That tells me that the light needs to be adjusted, the setting needs to be adjusted. So I'm flicking the switch on the left down, so you can see now the scale has changed from 5 to 12, but I'm also very close to the limit, and so I'm not sure if it's gone beyond 12. So now I'm flicking the right switch down, so now you can see the dial goes to 12 to 18. So it is resting on 12.5 at the minute. So let's get that in focus. So all I'm doing now is the numbers in red are the meter points. So you want to align the meter points accordingly. So when the needle is pointing at 12, all I'm doing is adjusting the dial, the outer dial, to 12. Now the f-stop should be aligned with the shutter speeds at the top. So I can see now 22 f22 is saying 15, 1/15 of a second, f16 1/30th, f11, and so on, all the way down to f 1.4 on this one. And so at f2, the recommended shutter speed is 1/2000th of a second. I've tested this against my camera meter. It's fairly accurate, and so I'm happy to use this as an initial guide when I'm taking a shot. I'm in a new location. I don't want to get my camera out. I'm not sure of the potential light, and so I point this at my subject or my landscape, and I'll get the appropriate reading, and then I will go to my camera, adjust the correct settings and aperture, and then before I've taken a shot, I will have a look at the internal meter as well, just to double check that I've got the right setting. So it shortens the time, but I still have fun using the light meter itself. It's just additional backup, something that you can use, keep in your pocket. It's fairly lightweight. And one more settings at the top. You got the potential cinema video settings as well. I don't use this myself, but D scale is 1/8, 1/16, 1/32, 1/64. So, but I don't use the video settings, and I prefer to use just photo mode. It's a handy little device. I've always wanted one of these. I wasn't sure how to use it, and it's fairly lightweight. It doesn't weigh anything, and comes with a nice case. So it's a welcome addition to my camera bag. If you liked that video, give it a like and subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.